Woo! Alan.
Tonight or
Alan.
No.
Tonight. Wait, what? What song is that? I don't even know what the fuck song I'm
It's
singing.
gonna be having a good time, having a good time.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
In my arms waiting for tonight.
Yep. Let Lady Godiva, I'm on some certain shit.
I don't know what
Stop
any of the words
singing. We're gonna get
Stop
copyrighted.
singing.
We're gonna get
I don't know if
copyrighted.
that's it.
I don't know if that's fine. Hold on.
Yeah.
A second. Here we go. Okay, so there's an echo. I fixed it though. It's okay. I know it's a bad way to start, guys, for the echo, but here's the thing. There's so many windows I have open. I can't keep track of
We've had
fucking
worse starts.
Exactly. But no, we're okay though, aside from the singing, because that was a little much.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, the chat tag. Double Talk Pre-Show.
Wow. Don't tell too much.
Yeah, you know, hey, why don't you fuck off, Mister? You talk exactly like that. I'm doing a damn impression of you.
So you're gonna make fun of me for speaking monotone, but then do it anyway. So who wins here?
I don't know, but like we started off with an echo. Like,
I'll tell you who loses, the people watching.
Exactly. And we're sorry about
the fact
that,
we have
folks.
people watching.
But
Don't you guys have better things to do?
No. Okay, now you're detailing people. We are the best content you'll ever.
I'm not
fucking
telling
see
them
today.
to go. I'm just asking what they're doing with their lives.
You guys can tell us this in the chat. Let us know how you're doing, what you're doing, what you
Exactly.
like.
Tell us why you'd rather sit here instead of doing literally anything else.
I think it makes sense why. Because they love us, and we love them, okay? I love them so much, and I love Avengers movies, too. They're all great, blah, blah, blah. We try to win you guys over as far as the first two.
Yeah, he'll do it by
Ratios-
bribery.
Ratio Street said, no, I don't.
Oh, bullshit. You know you fucking love us, you son of a bitch, over here hanging out with us and after hours on Saturdays and everything. Which, by the way, I think at some point I'm going to bring back the cast thing because I meant to try that out like 2 weeks ago. But this week, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to play some fucking Fast and Furious.
Or if fucking Netflix does that Netflix party shit where it's like, hey, you get to sync up your Netflix account. So it's like, we might be able to do that. I don't know if you could be in there without a Netflix account. So we have to fucking try that
Well,
shit
we need
out.
to do something to enjoy, like to celebrate the life of Idris Elba. And I know he's not dead yet, but I mean,
Yes, Jesus Christ, man! Don't get the life of him. What the fuck?
All right.
What's
What's that real shitty movie he's in that everyone hasn't forgiven him for?
That
There's a few.
Was it
yeah,
was it
Ghost Rider 2?
No, not Ghost Rider 2. It had to be like, I think it was the Egypt one.
Gods of Egypt. He wasn't in Gods of Egypt.
He wasn't in Gods of Egypt?
No, that was Black Panther.
Oh shit, I'm pulling out then.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's fine.
Darth
Gun is
Slayer,
just
he's
basic.
saying, how you guys doing? I'm going to start that off with Roxy, because I know you haven't said anything yet, because you're the one that's actually normal right now, which never fucking happens. How
Wow,
you doing,
that's a
Roxy?
first.
Oh, the movie that we never forgave him for was The Dark Tower.
There we
The
go.
Dark Tower, that
Wasn't
fucking
so
piece
bad.
of shit movie. No, it was bad, dude.
Okay, I mean, yeah, but never forgive him for like that. I mean, that can't be that bad that you
I
can't.
mean,
forgive him for.
every time someone brings him up, they always got to talk about the Dark Tower.
Yeah,
I've never heard.
yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know about that much, because we actually forgot about that shit. But here's the thing, the Dark Tower, the book series was so fucking good, especially just the Gunslinger story, and what he was doing, like, in the third book and fourth book. The second book was, But... yeah, here's the thing too. People actually assumed that McConaughey was going to be the main character because there's like race stuff that's brought up in the books too, which does not make sense if the main character's black. Like it makes no sense whatsoever. So why would you do that? And then on top of it too, like I know he's like really cool in Fast and Furious 8, where the fuck Hobbs and Shaw, but like. In that movie, he wasn't very, like, moving around, jumping around all crazy like he does in Fast and Furious. He wasn't Black Superman, basically, in fucking Dark Tower.
All right, so
from the CGI.
I got a question about Matthew McConaughey.
Mathin.
Yeah.
All right, so
Pretty fucked up
is he a good actor, or do we just really all like him from like the old days of like the early 2000 movies?
Well, who the fuck likes him for that?
Who liked you? Yeah, who liked you?
Well, y'all forget Hollywood was in love with him, and at a certain point, like I fucking loved his films too because he would play like the friendly, like know-it-all stoner that would like help out the main character, like get his life together. So like I appreciate that character arc, but like he's now like just doing like he's either like a fucking spy in one that's like has a weird Texas accent for no reason, or he'll try his best to do like an Oscar film with the one where he pretended to be gay and have like AIDS, and then that one just fucking failed.
It didn't fail. He got an Oscar.
But he actually got the Oscar for it because I heard it wasn't really that popular of a movie.
God, you are like, I don't know what universe or timeline you're in. Nobody like Matthew
Look,
McConaughey.
just because
in
he
the early
got an
2000s.
Oscar doesn't mean it was 100% popular. How many Oscar films do you fucking see?
Well, no, when
Yeah.
you look at movies like Gold, like, didn't he do Gold? Remember that movie?
No, I don't. That's my point.
Well, no,
Well,
but
okay.
here's the thing, though, is like that movie was an attempt for him to do something kind of cool, and like that didn't work out. But the other movie that you were talking about, yeah, he did get an Oscar, and he did get lots of praise for lots of the things he's done. Like, yeah, I mean, go ahead, Alan.
I was gonna say, so the thing is, nobody liked him in the early 2000s because he kept doing those fucking rom-coms, and everyone's like, Matthew McConaughey, you're a terrible actor. Then he essentially reinvented himself, and one of the first movies, I believe it was called Mudbound, was that movie, and everyone's like, wait, you can act? And that just let him go on to other stories like The Lincoln Lawyer and eventually get onto the first season, or probably at this point, one of the only good seasons of True Detective season 1 with what's his face? I love how you pull out Serenity when we were talking about his fucking movie.
No, that was Mudbound.
That's
No,
it.
no, the picture was for Serenity.
Yeah, because that was Anne Hathaway. For
Google
Serenity.
fucked you up, bro. Google fucked you up.
Yeah, Google fucked you up, man.
Yeah.
And don't look at the way I spelled it, by the way. McConaughey.
That's not too far off.
Nah, hey.
McNaughty.
You made him Samoan.
Yeah. But go ahead,
Goddamn.
Alan. I'm sorry.
But yeah, he that's what got him up there. Now he's kind of like got to the point where it's like people are just kind of casting him in anything because like, oh, Matthew McConaughey, you're a name that people like. So they cast him in Dark Tower. They're like, well, let's sell the movie on these two, and it didn't work out so well. But Game Boy in the chat earlier is like, it needs to be a series. Amazon's doing a series.
Yeah, but he's still playing him like that laughable, like old stoner vibe. Like even in the Sing, he's like this like koala little producer that's trying to get his way while like also trying to be nice to everybody. Like he is like he's almost like Ryan Reynolds or what's his name, the one that was in the Mummy movies.
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. Like they're just them in the movies.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, here's the thing, and by the way, the movie was called Mud, so like, if there's ever a point where I'll actually get off my ass and do some fucking audio editing.
I don't know why I'm shitting on Matthew McConaughey so hard. I actually like the
I
movie.
was gonna
I
say
don't
like,
think I've ever watched one Matthew McConaughey movie.
what the
Really?
fuck is Mudbound then?
Well, Jared, why don't you
No,
want
no,
to
Jet, you
Matthew
did. You watched
McConaughey?
because you watched
You watched Serenity with us.
not Serenity.
Oh no, I walked away. If you guys did, I walked away.
No, you watched what you call with us, Dazed and Confused.
No.
No, she might not.
No,
have
you
that,
did because
but-
you were crowning on me the whole time. Like this is just Ganja's home films.
Was it? I don't remember it.
He was in the movie for a very short period of time, so you can't really call that a Matthew McConaughey
What's
movie.
funny though, Jet was actually watching a movie, and I know that she likes this movie quite a bit. He was actually in this really funny but serious film, Tropic Thunder, and I think that she just
he is
loved this
in
movie.
it.
yeah.
I didn't even finish watching that. I walked away.
Well, he's still in there. Like you've seen a Matthew McConaughey.
But that doesn't
film
count as okay. Does that
Me
count?
walking away from a movie doesn't count as me watching it.
Do you have to finish it? Because at that point, Alan's never seen the anime.
'cause I
Because he never
only
watched the
watched, like,
outro or the
15 I
intro.
only
Well, shut the
watched 15
fuck up.
minutes of it.
No, you're saying no, Jet, because you know
I
you're
only
a woman.
watched
So you
15
don't
minutes
know.
of it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, she said she only watched a few minutes of it. I was gonna say though, really quick, just to kind of hammer on you motherfuckers. Like, if she's a woman, like she ain't gonna be able to talk on this goddamn thing. Because another thing, I still don't know how Rox is doing. For fuck's sake, Roxy, how you doing?
This is why I said Alan talks too much, but all y'all talk too much. But I am doing fine.
That's wonderful. There we go. That's all we had to get through. See, not so bad, Ganja. Because I'm not gonna put that on Alan. I think it was Ganja.
I'd love to continue to talk more, but I keep getting interrupted, so I gotta constantly fight and be loud just to be able to get a word in edgewise.
Yeah,
That's
no,
called equality. Because Alan does it all the time, right, Alan?
no, don't you can't throw on Alan anymore. That's not Alan. Nope, that is your ass. Your ass.
Look. I'm not sexist. I'm equal opportunities because I talk over your dumb ass too.
Yeah, but I got titties, so I'm a female.
Hashtag Ganja's will respect the hermaphrodites.
Mauricio, oh no,
Heraphrodites?
Yeah.
no.
It's a type of dinosaur, right?
No,
Moving on, Nick. Moving on.
No.
What's up, Eric Design?
You
Alan's
expect me
face
to
is
move in with
perfect.
you and you're doing this shit?
I'm just saying, Alan's face is fucking perfect. That's how I feel inside. That's how you looked. But here's the thing, though. Sorry. What the fuck was I gonna bring up? Okay, no. Actually, one thing I want to ask you guys, because I remember this was a talk around like a year ago when Joe Rogan and Robert Downey Jr. were doing something. But yeah, Tropic Thunder. Do you feel like this kind of movie would be able to come out nowadays and not like be made fun of, or not even made fun of, just like completely canceled? Because technically, what this is a pretty racist fucking movie, and they
Well,
call
I mean,
themselves out.
they would just see who was in it and just be like, nah.
Well, I wouldn't even say that because people love their fucking.
Nowadays, if those same people came out with a movie, they'd be like, nah, nah.
I think what it is, it's a generation gap.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tropic Thunder came out when we were all like teenagers still, like maybe right into middle school. So we were at the right age where we could laugh at that stuff, but then grow up and realize, oh my god, that was fucking terrible. I'm glad I was a high school kid when I saw this and liked it. But people that were like in their mid-20s and early 30s, they still have this type of sense of humor as acceptable. So whenever you bring this up, they want to defend it because in their eyes, like, yo, man, no, it's satire. It's fighting against the grain, bro. Like the movie is like trying to show that this is dumb. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure if you just watch any old black exploitation film where they do blackface, you could tell that shit's dumb. You don't need Tropic Thunder from the mid 2000s for an example of that being done. And I get that. The movie the whole time is basically playing this character for an idiot, and they do have a black character that's constantly calling him out throughout the film. It's the rapper character, I forget what his name is, but he's constantly calling him out about taking jobs from black actors and how desperate Hollywood is just to maintain their white status by just turning a white actor black. So they do talk about that. And then he got
an Oscar.
But the problem is like until like that part at the end, it's all stereotypes. So it's not really this idea of like, oh my god, it's such a funny movie that pushes against the grain. Honestly, it's just blackface, just a lighter version of it. So you think it's okay because he's not with white gloves and just dancing around for no fucking reason. But it's still a version of blackface.
You don't get it, bro.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Like, I actually like the movie a lot, but I'm gonna ask Alan really quick, man. Yeah, do you feel like a movie like this could still exist and actually come out nowadays and not get a bunch of shit for it being what it is?
I don't actually know. I feel like it can't.
Yeah, because like the reason why I'm saying that is because of the fact that it's like the fact that it's not just a black character, but it's like this movie is insulting to everyone. I mean, even that Simple Jack stuff, like they're very, they love putting the R word out there. And I know I said it on these shows too. I'll just say it, retarded. Like that's something they keep saying. And I mean, that became a meme that people use to this day. Never go full retard. And it's like, I feel like, especially Robert Downey Jr., after everything that he's kind of been through in the media, like, he would never say, like, hey, I'll be cool with saying this fucking word. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, maybe you should say, like, never go full stupid or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, any word better than...
Rojo brought up a good one. You want to talk about Generation Gap? You want to talk about Animal House and Revenge of the Nerds? Yeah, Revenge of the Nerds literally has a scene where one of the characters dresses up like one of the football stars.
Oh, and
has sex with one of his girlfriend under the illusion that he's the football star.
And he's a hero. He's a good guy.
No, they treat it like a fucking celebration thing. Oh, wow. Porky's another one that you will have to. Another one I like Dazed and Confused, but if you watch it now, you should hate Matthew McConaughey's character because he's basically the college guy that hangs around high school still, banging 16-year-olds.
Yeah, 16-year-old? Are you for sure 16?
Oh, yeah, because he makes a comment where he's hanging out with the high school kids. That's one thing I like about high school girls, man. I keep getting older and they stay the same age.
Oh, you know what? I actually remember that joke. I didn't know it was from Dazed and Confused.
Well, I remember every time 420 comes around, we sit down and watch this film. It's one of my favorites.
I just walk away.
You watched it once and then now she walks away.
No, I walked away then, too.
You watched it because you were clowning the whole time.
Like,
I'll come back and find it.
What, baby?
Is this the one movie where I think it was Matthew McConaughey? Fuck McConaughey. McConaughey tries to screw up one girl in the shed. Is that the same movie?
No, that's not it.
Yeah, no.
And what was that one movie we saw? We saw it in the hotel together. It was this older dude trying to like flirt with this younger girl, and they fucked around inside a shed.
Oh, that was that Porky's? No, that might have been that was one of those 80 movies.
16 Candles or
16
something?
16 Candles, I think so, yeah.
I've heard that movie too. 16 Candles. Let me look that up really quick. Because, yeah, I mean, and I know
Ben Affleck is being 90s Ben Affleck in that movie.
Yeah, look at this headline over here from New York Post. 16 Candles is racist and sexist. What's racist about it? Is there something on there?
One of the what's his name, babe? The actor?
Mickey Rooney?
Yeah. He dresses up in an Asian costume, like with the slant eyes and everything.
No.
With the horrible Asian accent, like.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've seen that picture around here somewhere. Everyone's seen it at some point.
Really quick, Game Boy SP. I'll read this because he spent the time actually writing this. I'm sorry, people don't want to hear this part, but I just want to let you guys know that I do read everything. He says, we have people panic buying almost everything on store shelves, and the government are passing a bill that kills off privacy and lose their shit over a train station in Japan for daring having an anime girl virtual assistant because priorities. Yeah, so are you guys still are you guys still dealing with the fact people are buying everything up in stores? Because I went to the store today and it actually wasn't that bad.
No, I think it's like where Roxy is. I think it's still like what is your situation, babe?
I can't go to you can go to the store, but we're at the point where Nintendo Switches are out Nintendo Switch lights are out. Eyelashes are on sale though, so that's like plus. But toilet paper's out. All the like, I'm doing air quotes here. Poor people cleaning products, so like bleach and Clorox, they're out.
What about
But all the bougie
Fabuloso?
shit- But all the bougie shit that people like to push, like lemon water cleansers and shit like that they use to clean their house, nobody's buying that shit.
Corona comes out, fucking those hippie white parents give a fuck about autism.
Oh,
I
I
need
don't
that
think
real
a
shit.
single fucking word after this whole mess about the natural method of cleaning. I don't ever want to hear this shit again. Never.
Which Gosling saying you're thinking of Breakfast from Tiffany's. Oh, really? Okay. Well.
Oh, that one, yeah.
Breakfast from Tiffany's. But yeah.
Oh no, there's an Asian character in 16 Candles that's stereotypical. But the one I'm thinking of with Mick Rooney is in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, thank you for fixing that up for us.
Thanks for the help, bro.
Chat. Yeah, I love the chat very much for doing that all the time. But yeah, man, Alan, how about you though? Is there anything that you feel like was really good back in the day, but just wouldn't work today? Because I know I asked you about one movie, but anything that you can.
Yeah. I never really watched a lot of movies when I was younger to have even anything to say in this conversation. So anything that wouldn't, I mean, Rush Hour 2 might be hard to do.
Yeah, Rush Hour 2, man. Chris Tucker, man.
All those Asian jokes, bro.
Yeah, especially to go to the massage parlor. I don't think you can get away with that nowadays. Like it wasn't bad, but it was like, yeah, they're basically just have a bunch of women to be, cheesecake there. And I'm like, it's not as bad, but I think in a movie nowadays, I don't think they could get away with it. Like,
well, I
don't think they would go as far.
They also got lucky with that stereotype in Asian culture was kind of like a secret thing, like the West Coast, like on the Pacific states, where like they actually have a large population of Asian people in massage parlors.
Yeah.
So they got that joke, but that joke has like become such mainstream now that people are legit offended by that because that's a real fucking problem.
Yeah, Marissa in the chat saying, yeah, all the Rush Hours are like that. Yeah, which they are, especially the first one too. But really quick, Alan, do you still feel like Rush Hour 2 is one of the best like examples of the sequel being better than the original? Do you feel? Like
fuck yeah, 100%. It's up there. I watched it not recently, like probably 5-6 years ago. It still holds up. The action still holds up. The comedy still holds up. The chemistry between fucking Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker still holds up. It's probably one of the few Chris Tucker movies I actually enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, someone said Terminator 2. Fuck yeah, boy. This is still my favorite, man. Okay, you guys gotta see the way I spelled this shit. I put Terminatot. Terminatot.
Babe, pick it out. I got Terminatot from Blockbuster. We're gonna have a good movie night.
And we didn't watch Transmorphers right there. But yeah, Terminator 2 is my favorite movie of all time, as well as I feel like it's the best example of a sequel being better than the original. But Roxy, how about you? Any movie sequels that are better than the original in your opinion?
I was literally going to say Terminator 2.
No, it's fucking great.
This was more subjective. Whenever you say it, people like to get angry and defensive, and it causes a stir. Halloween 2.
Yeah, thank you
Which
so
one?
fucking much. The first Halloween 2.
The very first Halloween 2. The one
I'm
where...
sorry, I love saying that.
Happy
Because some
Halloween.
people argue about it.
No, not that
Like
one.
it's a hot button argument, honestly.
Well, because what this does is basically a copy of the original, so it's not as creative, and everyone knows it's not as creative. But at the same time, it's like I don't want to like watch something for 2 hours because it's creative. I want to be entertained for 2 hours. So that's the point of a movie.
But
so
is it really like Halloween 2 is just is just a continuation of the ending of Halloween 1 though?
Well, that's my point. That's exactly like the reason why I love Halloween 2 is because right away I don't have to deal with a person watching someone get into a car, and then they scratch their head, and they're like, "Oh, what's on the radio?" And they're talking about a character that we don't even see on screen ever. "Oh, Todd was flirting with you up a storm today, Jamie. Oh my God, he's so hot. Can I see him? Is he really hot? I want to know if he's hot. What the fuck's going on?"
Maurice, you brought up another good one. Final Destination 2 is my fucking jam.
Yeah.
Dude,
Never watched one after one.
Final Destination 2 is that traffic scene scarred me. And
We gotta watch it. You gotta pull that up now. You know that, right?
Nope.
Yeah, you gotta pull it up.
no, seriously, Alan, because you
You might want to turn around for this one, Alan.
That
And
is
real quick, just in case Twitch tries to be a bitch, we're
To
gonna put
this
a warning.
day, I can't drive past any of those fucking semi-trailers.
yeah, with the logs.
Yup.
Yeah, God, I want to see like because I'm looking for like here. right here.
the clip, and
Real quick, graphic warning.
No, I'm not gonna play a video. Like
No, because you're showing
Thank you.
photos, just in case something pops up in the, like on the side of some shit. I don't want Twitch to get mad at us.
It's not only just like the different creative, like authentic way. That's something I miss about like the early days of Final Destination, where it was actually things that were plausible, things that genuinely could happen, as opposed to shit that was like in 3, 4, and 5 and everything else, where it's just, oh hey, let's just kill people for the sake of killing people.
Yeah, and just weird,
But
elaborate ways.
yeah, but then in the second one, that whole fucking scene that happened in traffic, all that was like genuine stunts. Like people actually filmed this on site. Like a lot of the stuff that they did for the earlier Final Destinations was actually like practical.
Yeah. No,
And there's a guy's channel that I love to watch personally, Dead Meat. He goes more into like the depth of behind the scenes movie stuff, but he's really really good at it. So if you guys want to see more of the behind the scenes stuff of it, just Google Dead Meat Final Destination 2.
People in the chat are talking about, Aliens. This is a good example of a good sequel. I don't like the Aliens movies. I think that the character's cool. I think that's fun to watch it like in little clips on YouTube. But yeah, man. I mean, does anyone else feel that way about Aliens with me? Where it's just like, it's cool.
Aliens, I love the hell out of, but it's not all right because I'm actually going to defend Halloween 2.
Okay.
Aliens, I feel like the same way what Halloween 2 is. I think what people were looking for Halloween 2 was a sequel that was different from the first one, and people that got that in Aliens 2 kind of feel split on that. Yeah. So everyone complained about like this not being original or it's just being like a cut sequel. Well, this is an example of a sequel that goes out of way to 100% 180 change the tone of the original. The first one is legitimately just like Alien Isolation. It's a scary horror film that could be on the level of a Halloween or a fucking Jason film. But this one turns into an action film where the aliens are a little dumber so they could get more shot kills and they can have more of them, and it's just not like overkill on the good guys, right?
Well,
that's. You say how?
I was gonna say that James Cameron did this twice with Terminator 2 and with Aliens. He took a original movie that was a horror movie essentially, because Terminator 1 is basically a horror movie, and they basically just said, "Screw, we're gonna make an action sequel," and people consider it the best. This happened twice, and immediately goes downhill after these two movies. So it's like they changed the tone completely and then it became that's what people want in an alien movie, and they've never been able to do it again. They're like, they keep either trying to, no one ever wants to try to do aliens again. They keep on to do Alien 1. That's why the next 4 movies are just Alien 1.
And not only that, like they have a perception of Alien 1 being better because it's more of a build-up scare.
Yeah.
And they don't realize audiences change from then. And you might have some like cinephiles or really hardcore people that are into like different type of movie styles, like the build-up scare, that really appreciate those films. But a vast majority of regular movie-going audience, they like the action, the quickness of the newer Aliens ones. And I know, like, just bring it all back, and I know for a fact that people actually secretly like the Halloween 2 film. They just don't like it because everyone else in the mainstream has disowned it, except for a few outliers like Nick and Roxy who can appreciate it. And I know for a fact they like that because the remake is essentially Halloween 2.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Like, when you brought up the random dialogue, they literally bring up characters that are killed, that are posed to be, like, big things, that are literally killed, like, the first showing of Michael Myers.
Yeah, pretty much. And here's the thing,
like, those podcasters are literally there for meat kill.
Which is actually pretty cool. I will say another one I disagree with a little bit was Evil Dead 2. I think that this movie is definitely funner than the first one, obviously. It's kind of like the Halloween 2 effect, but it's like Evil Dead was so fucking scary for me. And shut up, phone.
Wait, I was gonna say, I thought you hated Evil Dead.
No. So here's the thing: I hate Army of Darkness. I cannot stand that fucking movie. It's Evil Dead 3. And,
okay, yeah, because I'm like, I remember you hating one of them.
Yeah, no, I despise with a passion Army of Darkness because it's too funny, and it's like, dude, I want to see really demons in the fucking medieval times. Like, get the fuck out of here! It's fucking stupid as shit. But like the thing is too is like looking at this, this movie, I feel like this is fun to watch with friends, but like if I want to be creeped out because it is in the horror genre, like I'm not creeped out by this movie at all. I don't think it really affects you like that. And this is one of those things, kind of like Thor Ragnarok, where I feel like this is what made the shit go crazy. Where it's like, I mean, people said in the chat too earlier, Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors. This is what led things to go crazy. I love this movie. I think Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors is fucking amazing, but it's like when you start making them do so many jokes, blah, 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 you have to keep capitalizing on that aspect of the character, and it just gets stupid. I will never forgive Thor Ragnarok for what they did to something that was actually cool in the Avengers fucking series. And I remember, Alan, you were disagreeing with me on this before, but have you seen my point more about the Thor Ragnarok situation and these other movies you just brought up?
I think that I think Guardians 2 is the worst Marvel movie because it doesn't understand how to have an emotionally good moment. It doesn't an emotionally giving moment without it immediately going to some sort of slapstick humor because they're too afraid to be serious. Where I feel that Thor Ragnarok to me takes away from a lot of characters. It takes away a lot from Thor. It almost excessively ruins the Hulk for me. But the reason I don't hate it as much is because they have genuine moments. Because talking with TD, he likes to do funny shit, but he does know how to capture an emotional moment. The scene where Odin is sitting and his sons are beside him, and that's his last moments. That's genuine. There's no jokes in there. There's no aha, I farted. No, he's sitting there and he's telling his sons that he loves them, and that's his last moments. And they're like, "Hey, I know you two did a lot of stupid shit, but I love you. I'm your father." And then he fades away. What happens immediately afterwards? It's not like Thor falls on his face or some stupid shit happens. The villain shows up and just fucks Thor up. I'm like, yeah. I mean, that's a genuinely good moment. So that's why I can forgive Thor Ragnarok because I got enough of those. Or like the end scene when he fucking loses an eye and she goes, "What are you the god of?" And he goes and talks to his father. It's like, yeah, you're not the god of hammers, you're the god of thunder. Fucking do some thunder shit. And what does he do? He does some cool shit. But then they have to kind of, again, one of the things I hate about the movie is they ruin the Hulk for me. The Hulk is supposed to be this monster. He's supposed to be this uncontrollable force, and you're making him into this circus bear that's juggling.
Yeah, and that was fucking stupid too. They're all saying, "Come on, Nick, I don't want to bring up Jason X." No, because Alan does have a point with that. I don't want to give him.
You cannot say that that's the best Jason sequel.
I think it is. Other than the remake, which remake is obviously a remake, it's not a sequel. God. But I mean, we're kind of like pulling hairs there. But I feel like Jason X, as far as simply sequels, Jason X is clearly the best Jason movie fucking ever.
It is Jason Jason doesn't go to hell, as I've been excessively calling it.
I got another one.
Only one with What's up?
I got another one for horror that I'm genuinely curious about with you guys.
What's up?
In your opinion, do you like 28 Days Later?
Thank you.
Or 28 Weeks Later?
28 Days Later is a way better movie.
You motherfucker, no. 28 Weeks Later is the shit.
You only like it because it's way bloodier. That's the only reason.
I like Nick on this one. I like 28 Weeks Later better.
Yeah.
God damn, man. I'm about to be a hoe.
Why? What's up?
What?
I like Day more.
You hoe-ass bitch. No, Alan, go ahead and rip me a new one on this, man, because you do make solid points. I will say, people, you guys might get mad and talk shit to him, or maybe not, but I will say, Alan, you do make points in this. Why do you think 20 Days Later is better?
Okay, so when we saw these actually both right away. Like, we didn't wait a year between them. We literally saw 28 days and 28 weeks.
Me and him did that shit back to back. It was like 6 hours of zombies.
Oh yeah, we were on the after hours and all that stuff. And when we saw 28 Days, it was one of those things where it's like I've always said, like, people know me, I don't like fucking zombie movies. So watching this, I'm like, okay, this is actually kind of interesting. It's an infection, but I like the little details. Oh hey, this person has a headache. Why? Because they've been doing nothing but he's been eating nothing but candy for like a fucking day and a half. So it's like, okay, he's not feeling well. It shows that the humans are having troubles dealing with this, but they're still able to find ways. There's really interesting ways they're dealing with the infection or where they're hiding it. And there's a lot of cool stuff. And then when it gets to the end where the character has to do some action stuff, it feels all within reason. Everything here, I'm like, I get why this is happening. I get why the soldiers are losing their minds. I get why this guy's able to actually fight these people because he's using some of the tactics that the zombies are using. He's fucking with them. 28 Weeks has a good opening. Probably the best opening I've seen in a movie. Where the guy's just running through and they're all over the place.
That's how they sold the movie.
That is how they sold the movie. It's not all trailers. But then the movie just becomes stupid. It becomes like every 2000 horror movies where we're gonna have random characters and we're gonna build them up. We're gonna kill them off. Why? Because of random stupid fucking reason. Why is the dad following these kids around? Who gives a goddamn shit? Why did that person just die? I don't fucking know. And then as Ganja goes taps on my shoulder, that's a reference to the Iraq War. Is it? Yes. The director told us afterwards. I'm like, but that was so random. Yeah, but it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's like that's the whole movie. It's like everything that's stupid. So I'm like, well, maybe the movie's gonna explain it, or it's a typical horror trope. No. It's not like that typical bullshit. It is just references to other shit that you don't fucking know, that nobody knew. That's why people didn't like this fucking movie when it came out, because it was the director fucking smelling his own farts for 2 hours.
All right, so I like 20 Weeks Later, so I'm gonna come and defend it a little bit before I get into why 28 Days Later is a lot better. Because Gera Boy asked a good question, what was the political message in 20 Weeks Later? But a lot of it was allegories of the Iraq War and how the occupation was being handled. It's like the way the soldiers were being brutal and sticking to a certain code of ethics that did not allow them to move around with the situation. One of the biggest scenes that is a good example of that is when the snipers don't know which ones are infected and which ones not. That is a reference to the insurgency movement, where they don't know who's civilian and who is a freedom fighter. So when the soldiers start taking pot shots at regular civilians, that is also referenced. The at the beginning scene where they're just decomposing the bodies without any remorse or sense of like that these are still people. That's a reference to what happened in Fallujah, the way that we burned a lot of civilian bodies that we couldn't identify in mass graves. That was something that happened. So there's a lot of political stuff that's in the background that unless you know the background of the film or get the subtly references that are political. But hey, Idris Elba's in this film.
Oh God, yeah.
Good luck, bro. You already got the virus.
Oh, yeah.
But it's a lot of stuff like that. So it's not like movies are nowadays with their political message where they got to be like Bush 9/11 with a guy randomly in the background with a sign. It was trying to do it subtly, and if you don't know that knowledge, it just looks like random scenes, and that could throw you out of the movie real quick. For example, Alan, he was being thrown out of the films when he was watching the different scenes that were example of, the White Phosphorus scene as well was a reference to what we did in Fallujah. So it's more political in its messaging as well as a horror film, and it's more fast-paced. The reason I like Day is it's more closer to an actual zombie film. And it has its own political message in terms of like normal zombie stuff, like what does humanity look like when it breaks down? People hold on to their power structures, like when you run into the soldiers at the end, and the family that's just trying to survive in their little loft apartment that's been overrun by zombies. And there's a lot of personal connections that you get from the different characters that are running into each other. Because when you wake up, the one things I like about it is one of the times that it explains why the character woke up and everything's to shit. One of the things that I don't like in zombie films, and me and Nick talked about this, is we just jump to the apocalypse. Mm-hmm. We never really get like the first 4 weeks of like, oh, everything's going to hell. It's like, I love George A. Romero movies, but literally as soon as the zombie appears, everything's gone. And there's hardly any explanation how just everything went to shit. And with 28 Days Later, you get like little information bits from the characters you run into. So it's a mystery you get to solve along with the main character of what's going on in this universe, why such and such happened, what's going on with these people. And I like that one point that at the end, and this is something Alan always pointed out in zombie films, he doesn't like that the governments can't handle it when we handle worse pandemics, quote unquote.
Like, I don't understand how a country that fetishizes guns and shooting people, innocent people, cannot deal with the zombie apocalypse.
This is Britain. So this is they were in England, so they kind of got away with some of that stuff. And they mention it in the comic book later on. But one of the scenes I like personally is they're having a dinner with the soldiers, and they're like, yeah, can you believe this only happened in this fucking country? Like, right now, we're trying to survive and die. And in America, they're watching the fucking Simpsons.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. Like, I get how you guys like 20 Days Later, and that's cool, but I just feel like for what was happening, there should have been more action. They're just really quiet, which is kind of creepy and everything, too. But, Roxy, I'm going to get your opinion
on
what you think.
We talked about that earlier, Barry.
Huh?
Oh, no, I was responding to the chat.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, he's talking about, the topic was about the corona. No, I'm trying my best to not talk about corona too much. But anyways, Roxy, I'm going to ask you, like, why do you feel like 28 Weeks Later is a better sequel than the original? Because I'm probably just going to mirror everything you said.
I just like it better.
Well, yeah, I agree.
It's honestly the thing we probably were talking about right now, where people like Aliens and Terminator 2, is because it's way more actiony. It's way more something going on. Where 28 Weeks Later doesn't, like, there's really no action in the movie till the last like 20 minutes.
I like the action. I like seeing the fact that like you get to see kind of a little bit when they get everything under control. Because it's like, okay, we're just burning bodies. Like, everyone get on the train, get on the trolley, everything's okay. Go see your dadums and shit like that. And then you just see all the chaos and remnants of everything that just happened previously. And then it's like, okay, well, how do we rebuild society from here? Everything is supposedly under control. Can we handle this if it were to happen again? And it did. And I like seeing that.
Really quick, before we move on and everything, I do want to get one more person's, because here's the thing, I'm pretty sure Jet doesn't stick with like franchises for the longest time ever. But Jet, is there any sequels that you think are better than the original at all?
Toy Story.
But which one? Because here's the thing, they always get better and better and better. But then for some people, it gets worse.
Agreed. I'm with her.
It's the only one that I can think could get like to Toy Story 8, and it's probably gonna be a win Oscar.
Here's the thing, though, Jet. Why do you feel this way? Because for me, this depressed the fuck out of me, man.
Yeah, and it was good.
Yeah, I know it was good, but it's just like with Toy Story 1, you can watch it, show your kids that stuff.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Toy Story 1 was also good and had its emotional moments, but Toy Story 3 did something that Toy Story 1 couldn't do. Like, because there's a build-up with it. You spent 3 movies with Andy, and then all of a sudden at the end, oh, it's all over in that emotional moment at the end that everyone can relate to.
Mhm.
At some point, like, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You can't beat that.
Yeah, she's right. Because honestly, I'll say this straight up. I think all Toy Story movies are good. Toy Story 2 is just Toy Story 1 again.
I actually like Toy Story 2 more than 1.
I love Toy Story 1. Like, yeah, I mean, we're not talking about visual. Like, we're not going to go there. Obviously, Toy Story 2 looks better because it was a couple years later. But it's the same exact thing. One of the toys gets stolen by somebody that doesn't give a shit about toys, and they got to man a rescue mission. Except in one case, it's Buzz, and the other case, it's Woody. It's the same movie, to the extent where they do the same line where Buzz goes up to him and, you are a toy. You're supposed to be played with. They say the same things. Like, and then they have the same exact action sequence at the end.
Alan, Finding Dory was a
I never saw Finding Dory. I refused to watch Finding Dory.
I heard the reviews and people that I trusted say no, it was garbage, and I was like, I'm not doing it.
Which is actually Finding Nemo is my favorite Pixar movie.
I saw it for free, and I still wanted my money back.
I don't know about you, babe, but I did have a fun time in the Finding Nemo ride.
Oh yeah, the ride for sure definitely was fun, and I like seeing everything. Except it pissed me off when the kids kept like scaring the dolphin. But that's beside the point.
We talk about shitty sequels. You know who has some pretty shitty sequels? And we're gonna celebrate this motherfucker today on the good old St. Patrick's Day. My boy, my green boy, Leprechaun.
Yes, bitch.
Yes, bitch.
Instead of looking for gold, he needs to find a fucking toothbrush.
I've never actually sat through a Leprechaun movie.
Neither has Jed, and I'm gonna force her ass to watch some fucking Leprechaun. Jed, you're gonna watch that shit. You're gonna watch.
I'll watch that when he finds a fucking toothbrush.
No, if you get all the way to it, you can watch Leprechaun in the Hood. Is that after he goes to space or before he goes?
Yo, he smokes weed with what's his name? Right?
Ice-T.
Yeah, Ice-T. Yeah.
Are you sure he smokes it or does he fucking eat it? Look at them damn teeth.
He brushes his teeth with it.
Look, let's just say I wouldn't pass my joint to him.
He puts it up his ass and then he smokes it. That's why he's got that build up with doo doo right there.
Dude, he has like faces of meth, like looks on his face. This is fucked
He's
up.
Yoda after he's fucking done a ton of ketamine. Like,
Dude, that's like badass baby Yoda. Like, this is what happens when he got older and had like a whole fucking drug abuse situation going on for 1 century.
wait, Mauricio, back to the Hood? Wait, he goes back?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
It has his own sequel, bro.
How many fucking Leprechaun movies are there?
Well, that's the thing, because one thing that Roxy brought to my attention today that I had to talk about is that apparently there was a lot of other Leprechaun movies that could have been so fucking bad.
Oh no! Oh god! I almost don't want to go through this again.
Think about it.
I almost want you to tell them, but I don't want to hear the words you were talking about.
Well, first off, let's just start from this fucking list I found Blade disgusting. Roxy, have you heard about Leprechaun in the White House?
Yes,
What?
yes, bitch. Yeah.
What?
Leprechaun 2020.
Dude,
Oh my god. Not only does he need to brush his teeth, he needs fucking chapstick for his almost non-existent lips.
I mean,
He
he's a
definitely
horrible
ran as a
icon,
Republican.
not a fucking Instagram model.
Listen, he
That
needs
Rona
to
ass.
not to have chapped ass lips.
yeah, but apparently, I guess this particular version, as I'm reading over here on the website, I'll actually show it one more time. He says this version would have seen a little imp infiltrating an
So,
oafish.
slow down a little bit more. I'm tired of looking at his nasty mouth.
This was gonna be about the Clinton era, and Trenchard Smith was a fan of the president at the time. Which I don't know who Trenchard Smith. I guess he's a director.
Probably
or
the
whatever.
director, yeah.
But yeah, man, I like how this fucking thing's like Leprechaun in the White House had a lot of potential just based on the concept alone. No, it didn't. There's no fucking.
I mean, to be
potential
fair,
here.
the idea of the Secret Service having to band together to try to stop this motherfucker probably would have been hilarious.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. But it's like, I don't know, like Roxy, would you have wanted to watch something? Because here's the thing, I did not watch Lost in Space. There's no way I'm gonna fucking sit there and watch that bullshit. I know it's bad, but would you have given this a shot if it came out?
Honestly, it's a Leprechaun movie, so I would have watched it anyways. But honestly, you know, there's some possibility for some good jokes there, and maybe some truly tasteless ones. Like, you know, for sure they were gonna mention like a Monica Lewinsky scandal joke
Mm-hmm.
if he's going to the White House.
Oh yeah.
It would just be some hot garbage.
It would have been kind of like what they did with Jennifer Tilly and fucking Chucky. You know what I mean? Where
Which one, Seed or Bride?
both. Because Seed was ridiculous too, and I will never forget this. This is my favorite Ganja joke. That was an accidental one, I believe. Oh, and Corey's calling me. You guys lucked out. Ganja, you lucked out. I can't tell a story right now.
Oh god, good. We don't want to continue to fucking talk about Leprechaun or Child.
Babe, what did you
I'll be
do
right back.
with fucking Seed or Chucky?
What I do?
Great.
Okay, so apparently you were talking shit about Bride or Seed of Chucky? With Tiffany in specific?
I forgot. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I wish he'd come
Jesus
back.
Christ. Okay, I'll give them this. In
I'm looking like the
Seed,
side
she
joke
looks
character right
better.
now.
Like
What?
the doll, like Tiffany, the doll looks better in Seed. I'll give them that.
Well, Seed, I just like because it's a dumb movie, and I basically snuck into it as a kid.
No, I'm
So
back.
I have memories with it. But Nick, what the hell are you talking about?
So this boy, we're talking about horror movies and about sequels and everything. Just like this conversation right now, we like to redo our shit every fucking month. But the thing is, though, it was like 2016 or whatever, and we're talking about horror movies, and then Contra goes, "Yeah, man, you know what I really liked in the Chucky movies? Jennifer Titty."
Oh yeah.
And I was like, "Wait,
Oh,
Jennifer
yeah.
Titty? What? It's Tilly." And then like I looked her up, and I swear to God, like I kind of get why he kept saying Jennifer Titty, because like they like hired her for her titties. That had to be it. Because that voice is annoying, her acting's terrible, her face is fucking ugly. I can't stand her character in the fucking movies. It had to be her titties.
You're assaulting
disgusting.
right now. You're assaulting Roxy's girlfriend. I hope you know that.
Oh, man, fuck
Oh,
Jennifer
bitch,
Titty.
the only reason you're saying that is because she was like fucking 40 when that movie came out, and you have a thing for older women, so I don't want to hear it.
Wait, hold on a second. Of course, I mean another fucking thing here. No, you
He
didn't.
sent you an emoji
My
this
whole
time.
thing about the Chucky movies is how the hell did they have a kid?
Yeah, like, did they manufacture? I forgot the story.
I only saw one, so I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking
I
about.
only saw the first one and then part of Bride.
I think
She
that's
gave
fair.
birth at the end of Bride.
Yeah,
What the hell?
doesn't she give birth? Doesn't the doll give birth to another doll or some shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they
Yeah.
become human after too much time in their bodies.
So,
Oh,
what
so he
is-
did grow a penis.
Yeah,
Because
he
I
did.
mean, dolls are smooth.
I can't believe
Anyway.
this was actually a good movie at a certain point. And here's the thing. So,
There wasn't.
well, no, the character was kind of cool. Like part
No,
one was
he
great, you're an
wasn't.
asshole. But here's the thing, though. Talking about Chucky and little horror guys, whatever. We'll go back to the main
They
topic.
gave
at
that
hand.
baby doll a receding hairline like that.
Yo, that bitch got a widow's peak. You're right.
No, but the thing is, though, man, is he kind of looks like fucking Jake Friels from
Like,
Drunk
who
and
the
Toasted.
fuck would make a doll like that and be like, yeah, this is a doll that
It's
everyone
your buddy.
He looks like every middle-aged Midwestern mom fighting over toilet paper in fucking Walmart right now.
His name is Karen.
Give me the fucking last roll. Here's the thing, though, man. Because we're talking about Leprechaun and everything, and obviously, I mean, this just goes without saying that they're going to do a Chucky vs. Leprechaun never happened. But I didn't know this until today that apparently in the works was fucking Candyman and Leprechaun. What sense does that fucking make, Roxy?
Honestly, they wanted to do it just because of the amount of hype that was going after Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
So they thought it was like, okay, well, these fucking dorks love to talk about Goku versus Superman, so why don't we bring up like Leprechaun? I'm even choking thinking about it. Why don't we bring up Leprechaun versus Candyman? But let's be honest, it's not gonna work because Candyman is more of a serious, like slow burn, like it's a sensual kind of story that's long and drawn out. Where Leprechaun is just like, oh hey, I'm small. Look at my pee-pee. I like gold. And in order for that movie to work, they would have to make Candyman less serious and more silly. And just in general, it would not work out at all.
Now, another thing that was brought up here, too, and I know Jet's going to look at this dude's face and be like, oh, you ugly motherfucker. But before we started this, and I looked it up, I was like, this has to be untrue. Apparently it is Leprechaun and the Old West. I thought
Which
the
is
Will
somehow
Smith-
not the dumbest thing we've talked about tonight.
I'm ready.
I'm surprised that you say that, because, like, we know that Will Smith, that was a bad idea for him to be in the fucking Wild Wild West. But Leprechaun?
Wait. Why would you... What? That's the weirdest thing. Yeah, Wild Wild West failed, so this should be just as bad.
Well, no, it didn't
that's-
fail. I just thought it was a dumbass idea. That's just subjective. Wild Wild West actually did well, and some people
Did
just
it? I
call
thought it
might
bombed.
actually like it. I
Just
can't
picture
remember.
him in the little boots and like little mini assless chaps with
No,
like
I
fucking little
won't.
4-leaf clovers on his ass. Like this would work.
Everything that goes back to the Old West, like Back to the Future 3, etc. Like every time they do
Back
that,
to-
it gets
people
bad.
like, which people love. People love Back to the Future 3. Like,
Oh fuck, you know they do not, sir.
yeah, I've never heard anyone talk shit about any of the Back to the Future movies at all.
Well, you know what? You hang around a bunch of nice people because I remember them
You
saying
know
that.
what? G shit. I don't like the third one either.
Yeah, you're wrong, Alan. No, no.
Okay, you gotta get your Chuckle Brother in. But no,
Why are
they
you
did a
looking
lot-
at G
no,
shit now?
ain't no Chuck about the shit. That was a waste of time.
Why are you saying G shit?
I always say that.
Yeah, he's always been saying that.
When? You're literally turning into some of the kids I've been like fucking looking after.
I've always
fuck
said that.
with
Where
her
you
shit.
been the last year, babe?
Lies.
He's gone. You got called out.
You got in trouble.
Hey, y'all just mad. I talked him to the youth.
I'm not gonna go through all
What
these.
you?
The ganja love them kids, baby.
Old ass
Babe, they
motherfucker.
would tear your ass a new one at the place I fucking work at. Sit the fuck down.
Damn.
He's in trouble.
Anyways,
She
Jet,
says that, but I would get along with them so much easier.
well,
You are nearly 30. You need to stop saying that shit. Sit the fuck down.
Like G shit, I'm almost 30, babe.
Garrett Tyler Smith.
Oh no.
We
Why?
need to cut this shit out right fucking now.
Mauricio, I stopped saying G shit after 15. Yeah. Hey, Ganja, when we make fun of you for the weed stuff, you realize that the number 15 comes up a lot, huh? Like,
Yeah,
example.
it's almost like I hang out with a bunch of people that think they're grown just because they got older numbers beside them.
Oh. Well,
Meanwhile, they still do kid shit.
Remember the guy that's like 25 thinking he's fucking 80.
He's not 25.
I'm so
Whatever the
old.
fuck age he is, he thinks he's old.
I'm so old.
You're old as shit.
He's just doing that because he can't hop a fence anymore.
Well, I could
Yeah.
hop a
He's
fence
too
at 15 either. So that's
Yeah, but
I
you had
have
enough
a-
energy to try.
that's a Hasbro activity. All ages
You
for me.
can't hop the fence because your titty will get caught in the chain link.
let's not talk about male
Ooh.
titties now. I don't want
That's
to
like getting taught about the chain link. That happened to me when I was a kid.
What?
You got your titty caught?
No, I chitty my hand.
Oh, okay.
You also, did you say you're chitty?
Not my shitty.
My shitty
Yeah, I got my ass stuck in a fucking thing. Like, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
because you got a fat ass.
Oh my god.
God, no one messages JP back. Holy shit, just like so old, you don't remember to message
Dude,
me
I'm
back.
so, JP, do you want us to stream the show directly to you only?
JP is literally everybody's crazy girlfriend.
So old you don't remember to message me back. Apparently he's
I was
messaging
at
every
work, son. I will message you when I get the time, like I always do, man. Come on.
we're in the middle of a show.
We love you very much, JP.
You know what? Everyone in the chat right now, message JP personally right now.
It's okay.
No shit though.
Hey,
Let's fucking do it. Like
He's like, you deuce. Aw, I'm not a deuce.
no.
Here's the thing, though. We'll move on from Leprechaun things. We've talked about a lot. But here's the thing, Alan. I'm going to ask you this,
What?
and this probably be a thing between the nerds in here. I don't know how true this is, but it is from Game Rant. Your boy Geoff Keighley. He's Canadian, by the way. You know that? He's Canadian.
why did everyone keep telling me that? Like, oh man, he's Canadian. You should like him. He's your best buddy, right? No, fuck him.
No, the reason why I say that is because apparently that's his every joke. Every single time he does a stream at IGN or whatever, he's always like, by the way, in Canada, we blah, 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 blah. And I'm Canadian, by the way. Like, he loves saying he's fucking Canadian. I don't know why. But the thing is, though,
At least
this
somebody
dude-
does. That's famous.
he goes, or he basically said that he's bringing back the Steam Game Festival, and releasing 40 free game demos, literally tomorrow, which is
Okay.
it's a cool thing. I'm hyped about it, but
And they're all
everything-
trash.
Yeah, they probably. I mean, they're free game demos. Demos are usually free, so I'm not sure what that title means.
yeah, and here's the biggest thing about this too is like I'm thinking like at first when I read this I thought it was like a live like you gotta be there thing, you had to attend it, and I was like, wow, that's the dumbest fucking thing you could
It's
possibly
at
do.
Steam, so I'm assuming they're not gonna do that. It's gonna be some sort of like it's gonna be on the Steam page or whatever or some shit, right?
Yeah, you're right. Because I had to like learn that myself. Reading this, I was like, wait, what the fuck? It's stupid. But now I'm back to still thinking it's stupid because tomorrow we're gonna learn about the PS5,
Yeah.
and we're gonna have all these games come out and shit, and fucking like I don't know. It's just kind of like this is literally online or live, whatever. This is the dumbest time to fucking do that. They should have did this shit back in like, or not back, but they should have done this like March 20th, 21st, whatever. People are playing their Animal Crossing. They can have this in the background. I don't know what the fuck he's thinking. It's stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think it'll be fine because it won't be. It's not like it's gonna be like some live stream. It's just gonna be a hey, we're gonna basically just put a bunch of games on Steam so the people on PC that are never gonna get Animal Crossing or the PS5 can fucking have something to do. It's probably a decent time, honestly, where it's like, hey,
Maybe
everyone
they
on
can
PC
get a Switch.
what's up?
Maybe they can get a Switch.
No shit.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people on PC that don't want to get a Switch because they don't like Nintendo games.
Well, that's too bad.
I mean, well, no, that's why they're doing this for them. They're not doing this for you, Jet.
They don't get nothing.
You're
They're not
right.
doing this for you, though, and this isn't taking.
I don't
away from
care. They don't
anything.
get shit.
They can fucking. They're not. The game's not gonna be out for like
They
3 fucking
get
days.
40 shitty game demos and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know what the like a free demo. I don't remember the last time you had to pay for a demo. Pre-ordering a game doesn't count.
Yeah, so it's weird to put free in like free demos. Okay, yeah.
But I pay for a demo, or are they free games? I'm so confused by this notion.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
weird.
it's free, but you got to put your credit card number at the end of it.
Well, you're on Steam. They already have.
Can
like,
someone explain to me why does that happen? Why do you have to put your credit card? I guess that's smart.
It's literally just to fuck with you. So the 2 days before, so that they don't take the money out, so that you're good to go. Because I did that with Game Pass, where it was like, oh, try the thing out for $1 or like $10 or whatever, and on a week free trial. And I beat Gears 4 in like 4 days, and then cancel it.
Yeah, Gateway's pacing better than paying thousands of dollars getting into press status to get into E3, and then
like it goes back and forth. Honestly, it just depends on what's coming out, because E3 is every year, but games have a development cycle of 3 years. So you're gonna have a bad year, a somewhat good year, a great year, and then you're gonna go back to bad because nothing's coming out yet.
Yeah, and I mean, like, cringiness, I'll say, like, yeah, I don't really see the cringy stuff too much, but I will say that I get irritated when I do big productions. Like, last year I did that, the demo for Ghost of, give it a
Ghost of whatever the fuck, yeah.
Yeah, and they fucking, they had, like, a whole orchestra, like, playing, like, on stage. And I was like, okay, like, it's beautiful, but, like, it's almost like when you have a family member, it's like, hey, guys, I've been learning guitar. Oh, let's hear it. And you're cool for, like, a minute.
But they don't do that anymore, though. Like that. Like Microsoft just does it every year with their fucking stupid car when they're talking about the new Forza sequel. But like, they don't do those big events anymore. It's more like some guy in a business suit. I'm businessman, and as a businessman, I think this game will make me business money. And then here's the game. I'm like, yeah, that's cool and all, but like, why don't we like Just Dance always comes out with like crazy shit where you have people in suits running around, jumping and dancing and coming from the balcony and shit like that. I'm like, I'm never gonna buy Just Dance, but I could appreciate some showmanship. Or Devolver Digital's fucking press conference is fucking amazing. It was probably the best one last year. I'm not gonna buy a single fucking game from them, but I enjoyed sitting and watching it.
Yeah, and here's the biggest thing too. So, like, I mean, over here, people, you guys can do this shit tomorrow. He does say that you can play these instantly, which I guess the reason why this is actually a cool thing, he's saying, hey, 40 games, is these usually can only play while you're at the event. So that's a cool thing. But with this being said, Alan, do you forecast any like changes to how directs are done? Do you think like what was that one company that tried to do like a adult version of what Nintendo does for directs?
Yeah, Devolver. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Like yeah. What do you expect like out of this after the whole Corona thing?
It's difficult because I love E3 at the end of the day. I still one day want to actually go there. I don't know if
you might be able to stream it, so you might actually get to go this time.
Yeah, no
yeah,
shit,
go
right?
eat a dick. So that's the thing. It's like I think it's going to change it, but I don't think it's going to change. Obviously, E3 has to change. Nothing can stay the same. I talk shit about GameStop all the time because they're not adapting. But E3 has always been at least the shows where Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. They've always at least for the last decade they've streamed them, so they've always been at least somewhat associated with the times. Where it's like, yeah, everyone around the world gets to at least be there, if not in person, they get to actually see what's going on. So it's not that they're behind the curve that much, but they're getting to a point where it is still expensive, but it's a show, it's a celebration. You're watching it because you love video games and you love the industry, or at least you like the industry enough that you want to see what's going on, and you want to see the forecast for the next couple of years. What crazy shit are they going to do? What things they're going to do? I think it's going to be more like live stream. I think it's going to be more closer to the directs, like State of Play. But State of Play is garbage, and they do so many Nintendo directs every year that unless it says Animal Crossing or Pokemon, everyone just tunes it out and waits for the fucking highlights afterwards. So it's like
Pokemon, Animal Crossing.
Yeah, like literally people are like, man, I'm at Smash. Man, I'm pissed off there's no Animal Crossing. It's in a Smash directive. Like, it's not for me.
You're wrong. There is.
There is?
Yeah, they got a Legend of Zelda furniture in Animal Crossing.
Oh, who gives a fuck with the
that
furniture?
doesn't count. Like, hey, I might get Animal Crossing at some point.
It's still in there.
I might get Animal Crossing at some point. I don't
and
really know.
And also with Smash, Animal Crossing is in there twice. Actually, technically multiple times because of the stages too.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like in a Smash, like in an Animal Crossing thing, I'm not expecting them to reveal a Smash character or tell me the next Smash pass. That's for y'all that like Animal Crossing. But when I'm watching a Smash thing, it's like, yeah, I'm expecting that. Oh, hey, they throw Animal Crossing characters. I never thought Isabella would go in. I was like, oh, that's actually kind of crazy. I thought it was just gonna be, hey, here's Animal Crossing. No, we're gonna add the character in. That's cool as shit. But like, I'm not gonna yell in the comments going, why am I not getting what I want? But as far as people doing live streams, like I expect that to be more and more, and just more interactive, probably just on the streams part. Like I'm curious to see what they're gonna do for the people that are watching, because yeah, obviously more people watch than actually attend the press conferences. But E3 is a situation where it's like everyone's gonna want it. It's not like GameStop where there's 100 different things. With E3, it's like you have the biggest one, and then you have the kind of smaller ones like Gamescom, but they're mini E3s. All the other things are just mini E3s.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. I feel like this will be making it easier for us to kind of like absorb, or we call it like digest the fucking like video game industry or whatever. Because, like I said, I wasn't ever going to go to E3 things anyways, so I'm not that bummed. But it is what
one day I want to go. I still like just to say I went once. I hope it's a decent press conference. Like if I was there when they announced Beyond Good and Evil 2, you would have seen me like fucking screaming.
Yo, they got VR. You can travel there on your own.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though.
Okay, Ganja, they have VR for EDC. Go fucking eat a dick.
They do. They do.
Like let me. I'm not saying Ganja, fuck your thing. We're gonna go to my thing. I'm just like, I want to go. Let me live.
No,
like I said, I'll take you, but you gotta clean your room first. And not get Corona.
Anyways,
I'll clean my room later.
But here's the thing, guys. We're gonna get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna get in trouble for.
Arrow Senpai got a point. Like Nick totally cheats with mods on his PC all the time.
I do.
A little bit.
I do actually a lot, and because I'm not getting fucked over by these video games.
Oh, here we go.
Hard. Here's the thing, though. No, I'm getting out here. You guys can find me though at SignetDT, Facebook. It's a whole fucking thing. Go find me over there. I gotta change that background.
Yeah, you've had it for the entirety of our friendship.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, you can find me there, and anything that's going on with Double Toasted, especially, and I said this last time, that's why I'm doing this again. Apparently, someone doesn't know that we're in March and not February on the Double Toasted like staff. So if you guys see any crazy shit going on where it's like, hey, tonight's episode is from fucking last year or whatever the fuck, like, hit me up. I'll change it. I promise. Just hit me up. I will at least look at the fucking thing. But you can also find my peoples over here. First off, you can find Roxy. Tell them where to find you. Blah, blah, the whole fucking thing.
You can find me right there on Facebook, Roxanne Flores. You can follow me for my memes, add me for more memes. Same thing with Twitter, Instagram. It's Hochata for all of them.
Don't do it.
Also, speaking of being a hoe and a chata, you can find Alan on Facebook over here. I'm not going to spell his whole fucking name. You guys can see that shit right there. But do you have a Twitter or anything that people can find you on?
I do, but I barely use it, so don't even worry about it. Just, that's probably the best place you'll find me. I'm either posting bullshit on my own, reacting to other people posting bullshit on my timeline, or I'm just in Children of the Toast. Either, like, apparently daily at this point, just putting a post that's pissing everyone off. Though I think
you're not pissing people off. You just can't spell for shit.
You can't spell either, so you can sit the fuck
this is
down.
my thing. Stop shitting on me. You say that for your own time.
I swear, man, like, y'all fighting, and then I go over here, and I check out Jed's fucking thing.
Oh, God.
Every fucking time it cracks me up. Jed, other than this bitch's nostrils, where we can find you?
You can only find me on Facebook, currently.
Yeah, you can find her. It's famous Jet Jackson as her fucking Facebook thingy, which I like how.
Don't tell them how to find me.
Well, technically you're famous.
Literally on screen right now.
But yeah, you got talking about me changing my background picture. You need to change yours. What the fuck is that?
No.
But last but not least, my boy Ganja Guru. I know that you have your Facebook over here, Garrett Smith. I can't say that word out loud, though, Garrett Smith. No, but you do have.
No, say it loud.
But you do have another way to get a hold of you. So why don't you tell people about that Twitter?
You guys can add me on Twitter at the Red Ganja Guru, where I post a lot of political stuff, sometimes just bullshitting around, or I share memes from Miss Hochata over here that are definitely dank. So make sure to add me on the Twitter as well as my Facebook as well.
You're roasting by Hocheddar?
Exactly.
Anyways, with the music playing, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us so much. I'm actually going to go and give Mr. Coleman a raid unless Chris is on. So while we're doing that, thank you guys. Enjoy the music for the 50th fucking time you guys have heard this fucking week. And take care. Tap the chat or something of that nature. I don't know.
Yo, G shit admin.
No, not with the G shit. No. Come on, raid.
Stay true, son.
What?
Chris, enjoy this raid.
Tyler Smith, if you don't sit the fuck down with your fucking white ass name.
I'm not white. Bobby
Tingleheimer Smith.
Who?
His name is mine.
His name is